Hey guys, Coach Steve here, and today we're going to talk about hitting a knockdown shot, sometimes referred to as a stinger. The idea is you want to keep the ball low and under the wind, and if you have a tree line, you kind of want to visualize keeping the ball underneath the tree line. Now there's a couple of ways to think about this, and depending a little bit about what type of golfer you are, there's a couple of different ways you can get this done. But generally you're going to want to try to hold off the release. So the release is going to come through low. And it's not going to be high and it's not going to be around the shoulder. Just take a look at this. Going to try to keep it low and almost feel like you're smothering a bit. Now what happens there is I'm trying to get my body to go out quite a bit further ahead and my arms to come in late, and I'm going to want to get my left hand, what's called the palmar flexion of the wrist, and that will basically reduce the loft, and then I have to just kind of hold on to that as long as I can, and that's why I hold my release flat around the corner like that. Let me just go ahead and demonstrate that. Okay, now those came out pretty flat. They went about half the height that they normally go, and they were pretty much under the tree line, and that's what you want to do if you want to avoid the ball being influenced too much by the wind. Now if you're playing a links course and you don't have a tree line, you got to try to get that even a little bit flatter. And that's a hard shot to do, but if you work on it, it'll actually have some positive effects on your normal swing, because it creates a little bit more action with the lower body and helps you to really clear a little bit better with your hips and delay your hit, because a lot of people tend to flip at it, and this is basically the exact opposite of flipping at it. Now let's delineate between two different player types. If I'm a side cover player, that means I've got my right hand more on top here. I'm probably going to be hitting a little bit more of a fade if I do this, because I can just basically swing a little bit flatter out to the left, which is what a side cover player normally does anyway, but I'm just going to do that a bit more, and that'll tend to have a little bit of a low fade ball flight. If I'm, however, a side under player, then I'm going to want to actually get my ball position a little bit further back and play a little bit more of a trap draw. And the reason for this is side under players are not going to be covering the ball as much with their upper body. They're going to be side bending a little bit more into it. And side bending generally is a flattener that's going to actually increase your launch trajectory. So you're going to need to offset that with your ball position. So, and that's, if I do it like this, I'm basically going to always have a draw. So side under players have this, the right hand under the club, and I've got my ball position pretty far back there now. And there I was able to hit a flat starting shot. It's very low, but it did have a very significant draw on it. Now if I'm a side under player and I need to hit it low without drawing it, there's really only one solution. I need to open my stance. Depending on how, if I need to fade it, and hit it low, that's the hardest shot for a side under player to do. I'm gonna really have to open my stance. So I still have to swing in to out with a side under grip, but I need to have enough space that I can still start the ball to the left. And I'll just basically try to hold on to my release a little bit longer so the club face the toe doesn't pass the heel at impact. So I was able to hit that pretty straight with a side under grip. Okay, have fun with that one. See you guys next time.